Truth is, we both know why you clicked on this video. You want to know if you should buy or if you should build properties here in Nigeria. Ignore these people first and foremost and listen to this video. I promise, at the end of this video, you should be able to make an informed decision on whether to buy a pre-existing property or to build on your own. Let's take a quick break and I'll be back. Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Z. I'm a proud Nigerian YouTuber and lawyer based in Owerri, and I do vlogs around Imo State, Nigeria, especially skincare and hair care vlogs. And also as a lawyer, I reel out a few tips here and there to be able to keep you out of trouble. If this and many more are all you require from the channel, I think it's high time you hit the subscribe button. Now, without wasting further time, you want to know, should you buy or should you build? I'm just going to break down the pros and the consequences of building and buying. Compare both of them and then let you decide. The pros of building is that you have the liberty, you have the opportunity to be able to design whatever you want, to design your dream home. We all have a particular fantasy as regards what we want our dream homes to be like. That gives you the opportunity to be able to air you or express yourself. You're able to design your kitchen. Some people want large kitchens, big sitting rooms, very spacious verandas. This affords you the opportunity to be able to design whatever you please at your pleasure. That is one of the pros of building your dream house. The thing about building your dream house is the emotional kind of satisfaction it gives you when someone calls you, oh, I'm at my site. There, you are at your site, you're building. So that's one of the satisfactions it gives you, to be able to know that, oh, I'm doing something. This is all I've wanted to do all my life. I'm putting in something, I'm putting in the work, and I'm seeing the dividend of what I'm doing. That's the two benefit of building. The third thing about building your own home is the fact that you get to be involved. What I mean be involved is involved in every wahala, right? You go through the thick and the thin to be able to ensure that your structure is put in place. Those for me are the pros of building. The consequences for me for building your own home is that building takes time. You can't actually put an accurate time frame for building. So let's say you budgeted 40 to 80 million naira to build a particular home. That is 40 or 80 million naira that will be sitting in an account, probably not a fixed account, because you always have to withdraw the money for over a period of time that you're not able to ascertain. As an investment enthusiast, I'm looking at it like, this is something that should have yielded me at least 100 or 200,000 naira extra if I had kept it in the fixed deposit account. So looking at it from that business-minded area, I feel it's a consequence for me rather than a pro, because this is something that could have yielded me something if I had put it either in a mutual fund or if I put it in a fixed deposit account or something else. But lying fallow in my bank account just because I'm building, for me, is not the best. The second thing about it is that a lot of people that build homes in Nigeria will tell you that you can never stick to a budget. You know why? Everything is pegged at the dollar. So today you come and the cement sells for 2,500. Tomorrow you get a call from your artisan, okay, I won't buy cement, and he goes to the market and he's telling you 5,000 naira. You think he wants to rip you off, but that's the truth. So because of the inflation, the market fluctuation, you can actually say for a time that this is what cement will be sold for per time, or this is what a marble tile will be sold for, or what a bucket of paint will be sold for. So this actually influences your budget, because if you had placed 20 million naira to be able to build a home as of January 2021, trust me, by April now, you get to understand that you have expended more than that 20 million, because everything keeps fluctuating. So the longer or the more the dollar fluctuates, the more increase you have in building material prices, because everything is pegged at the dollar. So the higher it goes, the higher the cost becomes. So that's another consequence for building your dream home. The third thing about dreaming your dream home is that there is never a time frame to be able to deliver, because Nigerian artisans are crazy. Today they tell you that their mother is dead. Tomorrow they tell you that their child broke a leg. Next tomorrow they tell you that a frying pan fell on their hand. Next tomorrow they tell you that boiling water poured on their legs. Some of them might be overly lazy, but some other people might be working 10 jobs at a time. They're just trying to make a living from everyone. So they try to like prioritize and know what to do. So Nigerian artisans are not the most honest people on the surface of this earth. I'll tell you that for free. So you have to be able to know how to manage them. You have to be able to know how to manage people if you're able to work with these people. That's one thing. The time frame might not be attainable just because of these few things. Yeah. So the other thing I want to tell you is that as a lawyer, I can tell you for free that land litigation issues are real. In this part of the world, everyone is a house agent, everyone is a land agent, everyone sells property, everyone, people do not actually have to obtain licenses to be able to be agents, house agents. Everybody, so long as someone told you, oh, I want to sell this property, you become a house agent. So you have 10 people, you have one piece of land being sold to 10 other people. And I'll tell you for free that with the kind of judicial system we run here in Nigeria, where we have adjournment upon adjournment at the instance of one party or at the instance of one issue or the other, you can have a land dispute spanning for as long as 10 years, 8 years, 4 years, 6 years. And trust me, for every time a lawyer goes to court on your behalf, you get to pay appearance fee, you get to pay fees, you get to pay filing fees. This all accumulates over time, and you begin to wonder that sometimes the litigation cost alone outweighs the value of the land or outweighs the price for which you bought the land. Then you begin to wonder, is it really necessary? Is it really necessary for you to have gone through all this struggle? So this for me are some of the consequences of buying so that you build. Again, because of the bureaucracy in the system, right? To do the paperwork as regards registration, building plan approvals, and every other thing, and every other approval, every other government approval you need to be able to build peacefully on your piece of land, I tell you for free, and you have to pay people to be able to do their own jobs. This is a place where you pay people. It's called scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's how it works. Else, for a particular document or a particular approval that just needs a stamp, you could have someone sitting on it for months, for weeks, just because you haven't scratched the person's back. In this kind of place, in this kind of situation, you need to know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows. It's crazy. So for me, these are the consequences of building your own dream home. Now let's go over to buying a pre-existing property or a property from a developer who has just finished it, be it new or be it old. First pro for me is the fact that I am able to move in almost immediately. Immediately you purchase the property, you are just able to move in. Probably it's being cleaned out or you can clean it out yourself. So it's easy for you to move in, as opposed to buying a land and then it takes years for you to develop, build, and then move in, right? So that's a pro for me as regards buying a pre-existing property. Most often than not, the real estate developer has already done or has already undergone all the wahala that you would have undergone. Like I said, approvals, building plans, every other thing must have been sorted out by these real estate developers prior to when you bought or purchased the property. So that angle or that aspect of issues of headache has already been taken out for you by these people. So you do not have to undergo all that. All you have to do basically maybe is just to re-register the land or the property in your name, which tell you is a different ballgame altogether. More often than not, all you need to do when it comes to buying a pre-existing company is just signing off. So you just have a lot of paperwork that you have to sign up, and that's it. You get your keys and you're good to go. The second pro about buying the pre-existing property is the fact that you can get real life testimonials from people, from locals, from the people who live around there, your neighbors. Even before you purchase the property, you could just go around and ask people in the neighborhood what the neighborhood is like. Is it security wise? Is it safe? Is the water clean? I'm sure that if a lot of people who live in Lekki, Lagos today knew about this a long time ago, most of them wouldn't be living there, because I hear that the water in Lekki is like yellowish in color. Most people that live in Lekki do not even cook with the water that comes out from their taps. They have to cook with pure water, sachet water, or even bottled water. That's an extra added cost to the household, right? So you also have issues of flooding in most part of the country here in Nigeria. You have most parts are prone to flooding, erosion. So you have the time and the liberty to be able to ask these questions about the surroundings. You're able to make an informed decision on whether to buy or not to buy. So being able to make this informed decision helps you. The fourth thing will be the emotional satisfaction that you give yourself. Someone gives you the keys, and then you move in. That alone is satisfying. Do you understand? That alone is satisfying. This for me are the pros of buying a pre-existing property as opposed to building. Now let's go to the consequences of being able to buy a pre-existing property. The first thing is you go search tire, right? You're going to you have to look at a few homes, a few houses to be able to decide on what you want at the end of the day. So that process of searching, that process of getting a home that would fit your taste, that will fit or suit your purpose, is another struggle on its own, right? So that for me is a consequence of buying a pre-existing property. That's the first one. The second one is that you waive your right to customization. What I mean is that what you see is what you're getting. If you're someone, for instance, that loves a big kitchen, that loves a big sitting room, you do not get to make that call, except you want to buy and renovate, right? So if you're just going to move in as it is, you're just going to move in with whatever you are seeing. So you do not have the right to customization, to suiting to purpose what you want for yourself. That's one of the consequences of buying a pre-existing property. Another thing for me as regards buying pre-existing property is that there might be hidden structural issues that will not be revealed to you by the home developers. We are all human. Some people are just out there to make their money and then go. You have a lot of issues of homes collapsing here in Nigeria. You have a lot of issues of houses being flooded. All these issues are things that the structural people might actually hide away from you. So this is one of the issues about buying a pre-existing property, is that there might be hidden structural issues that you might not be able to decipher with your plain eyes, and so you might buy that property not knowing that you're buying into problems. But however, this can be sorted out. If you have a lawyer who knows what he or she is doing, there are certain covenants, there are certain terms that are imputed in your agreement, so that if there is anything of that sort, the person who bears liability isn't you. You can actually sue the real estate company. You could actually sue them because they are experts in that area and they should have known. So that's what I'm talking about. If you have a lawyer that knows what he or she is doing, there are certain covenants, there are certain clauses that are imputed in your agreement that covers all that for you. That means you have someone to sue, and you can always recover your money. For me, these are the consequences of buying a pre-existing company. I'd like to know your own opinion in the comments section. I can't actually compare both when it comes to pricing, because of there are a lot of factors involved, right? There are a lot of factors involved. The location of the land is also involved. like a lot of things are involved, so you can actually say, you can actually pinpoint that, oh, it's better to buy because it costs this much, or it's better to build because it costs this much. No. So for that area we can actually go there. So I feel like with this video I've been able to help you weigh, put it on a scale, what are your concept, what are the advantages of buying over building or building over buying, and vice versa. So if you love this video, kindly give it a thumbs up right now, like, share, and comment, and I'll be sure to see you in my next video.